hypothesis development. After the theoretical framework and research model, schematic presentation of the theoretical framework, a logically conjectured or developed relationship between two or more variables expressed in the form of testable statements. A logically relationship among the variables that price is causing the demand or corona is causing the fear. Relationships are conjectured on the basis of the network of associations established in the theoretical framework formulated for the research study. Means whatever the hypothesis or the relationship we are writing here or developing here, these are based on the theoretical framework, the relationship which we have developed or build while we have written or while we were developing the theoretical framework. By testing the hypothesis and confirming the conjectured relationships or assumed relationships, it is expected that solutions can be found to correct the problem encountered. Means when we test the hypothesis or the developed hypothesis or assumed hypothesis, then we expect, researchers always expect that some sort of the result, they will find some sort of the correct solution of the problem which they are encountering or which they are researching. Examples of the hypothesis. Employees who are more healthy will take sick leaves less frequently. This is one of the assumptions that those employees which are healthy, their health is good one, they are less frequently take sick leave, but in my case, it's a bit different. The healthy, they are enjoying more leaves. So if employees are more healthy, then they will take sick leave less frequently, as per this example. Directional hypothesis. If in studying the relationship between two variables or comparing two groups, terms such as positive, negative, more than, less than, and the like are used, then these hypotheses are directional. Means we are suggesting the direction that where these variables are leading each other. What kind of the direction of the relationship? Positive means if one is increasing, another is also increasing. Negative, it means when one is increasing, another is decreasing, and vice versa. And more than means affecting more than the others one. Means we are saying that this variable is affecting more as compared to the other one. Less than means more, it has less impact as compared to the B or C or another variable. So e.g., in example, the greater the stress experienced in the job, the lower the job satisfaction of the employees. It means when the employees feel more stress while work, the stress experienced in the job, the lower the job satisfaction of the employees. Means when employees feel very much stress during work hours or during their job hours, then they will have the low job satisfaction. Means it implies. Non-directional hypothesis means here we are not mentioning the direction that where they lead each other. Non-directional hypotheses are those that do postulate a relationship but offer no indication of the direction of the relationship. Here we are not mentioning that what kind of the direction they will take. Suppose there is a relationship between age and job satisfaction. Yes, there is a relationship, but what kind of the relationship? Positive or negative? It means when age increase, whether the job satisfaction increase or decrease. So that's why we say here we are not mentioning. Suppose example of Delta Airlines. According to the reports, Delta Airlines faced charges of air safety violations when there were several near collisions in mid-air and one accident that resulted in 137 deaths in 87. The four important factors that seem to have influenced these are poor communication among the cockpit crew members, poor coordination between ground staff and cockpit crew, minimal training given to the cockpit crew, managerial philosophy that encountered a decentralized structure. Did these factors indeed contribute to the safety violations? If these, suppose we say they have contributed, but which one has contributed, how much and in what direction? Theoretical framework, for example, suppose that the dependent variable is safety violation, which is variable of primary interest. Means in this our example, suppose we assume that safety violation is the dependent variable, which is our primary variable of primary interest. The variable is the safety violation is attempted to be explained by the four independent variables of communication among new crew members. Number two, the communication between ground control and the cockpit crew, training received by the cockpit crew, and the decentralization. So here in this case, independent is the safety violation and these are the independent variables. So the less communication among the crew members themselves, the greater is the probability of air safety violations, since very little information is shared among them. When ground crew fail to give the right information at the right time, misfortunes are bound to occur with aborted flights and collisions. Coordination between ground and cockpit crew is at the very heart of air safety. Thus, the less the coordination between ground control and cockpit crew, the greater the possibility of air safety violation taking place. Both of the above factors are worsened by the management philosophy of the Delta Airlines. Here we are using this, the name is just as an example and nothing else. And this is an old example, which emphasizes decentralization. Centralized coordination and control assume greater importance when increased flights overall in mid-air and with all airlines operating many more flights. Thus, the greater the degree of decentralization, the greater is the scope of lower level of communication, both among the flight staff and between ground staff and the cockpit crew, and the greater the scope of air safety violations. Example 10. When cockpit crew members are not adequately trained, they may not have the requisite knowledge of safety standards or may suffer from an inability to handle emergency situations and avoid collisions. Thus, the poor training also adds to the probability of increased safety violations. These relationships are diagrammed in figures by various researchers. Just when we connect all these variables, we will have the figure. So thank you for listening about the third research process. This is the second part of the research process. In this today's lecture, we have discussed about the fourth and fifth step of the research process, and hopefully we will continue this discussion in the